Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today is another interesting conversation with Ken. Interesting enough because I don't really know what the questions are, because today it's going to be Ken who will be throwing questions at me. So, yeah, bring it on, Ken.
Hi, Ars. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to, ask you some questions because, as you know, as we've been friends offline, I've been asking you some questions personally, and I'm very grateful that you have helped me a lot. So now it's the time of your subscribers and viewers to know your thoughts and your great advice to your friends. So
Great advice. All
yes.
right.
All right. So mostly based the topic are based on my personal experience and the things somehow that's related for both of us. So first question is, what's the feeling of someone being asked right now? Like you're the one being on the interviewer interviewee? Is that the term? You're the
Uh-huh,
one
uh-huh.
being interviewed. So how's the feeling in your blog? And a little background
Um,
for those who are new in your blog.
okay, a little background about myself. So for those who are new, so I've been doing these videos for um 2 years, almost 3 years now, I think. Yeah, but as you can see, I still have a little subscriber at this point because I was not really consistent. With regards to your question as to like how does it feel to be interviewed instead of the one interviewing, it's pretty much just like normal because you know me,
Oh.
I like talking to people. I like surprises. So like I said earlier, I don't know what your questions are. So this is kind of exciting for me. So thank you as well for doing this. And you know me, I'm very sanguine in that aspect where I like talking to people. And this is an opportunity for me to yeah, talk to someone like a dear friend like you, just having a conversation. And what better way would that be with like sharing our experiences to our viewers right here, and this could be like an interactive community between yeah between all of us here in my channel. So yeah, thank you, Ken.
Okay, thank you so much, Ars. And for those who are new, Arlene is such the impromptu one. So she likes surprises and she likes speaking. So that's why she has this vlog. It's very commendable your followers and the vlog itself, Arlene. I'm so you're an inspiration to me as well, so thank you. So now let's talk about some of my questions I listed. So before we talk about online dating, now we'll be talking about after, like the one when you have already found your significant person, your special person, and now you are in a long distance relationship. So I know you have an experience of this. So before you get into that, into that situation, what was your view or your insights about long distance relationship? Are you a pro or an anti? On what changed your mind?
I don't really have like I'm against or pro about it, but it's just that at that point when we had that relationship, and because we met online, I already accepted the fact that it's gonna be LDR because I can't fly to the US on a whim, and he can't fly to the US, and I've been to the Philippines on a whim as well because he has, you know, career in the US. He has responsibilities that he can just, you know, drop everything and go to the Philippines. Me, on the other hand, I can't enter the US because, as you know, that would require certain documentations like passport and visas, things like that. So in my mind, yeah, I kind of accepted the fact that it's LDR. And because I didn't have prior relationships before my husband, then my boyfriend at that time, um I don't have anything like to like compare it with too. But what's in my mind is that I need to make it work. Like we have to make it work. And Like they said, there's not, I mean, it's not a matter of a good or bad decision. It's a matter of making your decision the good decision, or making your decision right. Yeah, that's something like that.
Wow, that's a
So
great
yeah,
wisdom.
yeah, so when we've decided that we're gonna get into a relationship, and because it's LDR with all the challenges like the time difference and our obligations as well, we've kind of committed to design our life, design our day in a way that we would spend most of our waking time together, because that's really important in a relationship where you spend most time together, getting to know each other, getting to know your goals, your preferences, and yeah, things like that. Yes, it has been I mean, it was challenging for some because, as you know, there are different kind of love languages for people. Yeah, so some people might find LDR as very challenging because some people are of physical touch love language, which is very difficult to satisfy when you're in that kind of relationship setup. But as for me and my husband, I'm more of a words of affirmation and quality time. My husband doesn't really like wanna box himself into those love languages, but I would say my husband is a quality time kind of guy. And
Yes.
but then when we got together and lived together, I would say he's also a physical touch because he likes to be tickled, and yeah, something like that.
Wow, that's a lot of grasping. So, first is that you decide to make it right, both of you, because you know it's gonna be long distance and it would take some time for you to be together as as one. Second is that you have to learn about the love languages. So probably that's another talk that we can have. But for those who
Yeah.
are listening right now, we're referring to Dr. Gary Chapman's the book, The Five Love Languages, and it's really a big tool for relationships. So it's great that you shared that your love language is words of affirmation, ours, and quality time. So aside from deciding to make it right, what were your struggles at the beginning? Like you being your first relationship, and then it was a long distance. What were your struggles, like your self-talks, especially that you're far? How do you how do you um attack issues like time, and then of course there's jealousy and maybe those topics. Anything you can share?
All right, let's start with jealousy. In our case, I mean, jealousy was not really an issue because he did not give me a reason to get jealous, and I did not give him reason as well to get jealous of something. So, or someone. So, so yeah, jealousy was not an issue. Like even to this day, as we are married, jealousy is, yeah, jealousy is not an issue because my husband always reassures me that there's nobody that can replace me in his life. Like nobody. And not just in words, he shows it in his actions. He shows it in the way he yeah, like he loves me, he respects me, things like that. Because people are saying that it's so easy to say words, like flowery words to someone, but to back it up on your actions, that's something. And that is something that my husband I mean, the kind of person of my husband is like, he says that, and I believe it to my core. And the reason why I said I did give him reasons to get jealous is because every waking time, like almost 24 hours scan that when we were in LDR, that we're together. For the viewers out here, I was working as an accountant in an airport. And because my office mates, my boss, they know that I am NBSB. And at that time when I was dating with my husband, I was already 28 years old. Yeah, 28 years old. So prior to that, they've been very pushy of me to like go out, go find a boyfriend. You're not getting any younger, things like that. So when I finally did have a boyfriend, they've been very supportive. in a way wherein when we were dating, like when I was working, I have my phone open, like next to me, like my husband can see my office mates.
Okay.
Yeah, my husband can see my husband can see me working, and I can see him doing his stuff as well, things like that. Or if and then it eventually evolves to sometimes I just put the phone down, but he can still hear my surroundings, things like that. And during those times where my phone was on, and then my office mates would be like, "Hi," but sometimes my husband will point the camera to the wall or things like that, that I can see him. It's fine with me because I know what he's doing. He knows what I'm doing, and he really likes. And like on the hindsight, he kind of likes that setup because he got to know the kind of people that I was with most of the time, which is my coworkers, and he gets to see how my office mates treated me and how I treated my office mates, things like that. And then when I go home and like, wrapping up my day, cleaning the house, whatever, cooking something, my husband is there. We're on video call, like I said, almost 24/7. And when sometimes, like even sometimes, Ken, when he's asleep, he will
Okay.
tell me, like, I need to go to work early tomorrow, so can you please wake me up? Something like that. So I hear him snoring on the other line, and then I'll call him. I don't know, maybe we were just weird, but that was our setup before. That's why when we finally met in person, it feels like it feels like we've known each other for a long, long time. Like there was no strange feelings or awkwardness, things like that, nothing.
I see. So, wow, that's a very nice way of telling to everyone that there's a need for reassurance aside from words. There's also the actions, and of course it's best also, like you what you said, that they both of you know the environment, like your friends and how you treat your friends, so that you get to know each other, and the time. So time is really important for long distance relationship, that you set both time to spend time together, to do life together, even if it's a long distance. Wow, thank you, Ars, for that sharing. So, um, aside from that, Ars, what were your like self talks? Do you have your own self talk to just for we all need some positive vibe. We've read it before, but during that time when you were in long distance, what were your self talks about relationship, and how did you like overcome those struggles, maybe some of the struggles that you've encountered?
Um, really, I didn't see it as a struggle.
Okay.
Really, I did see it as a struggle. Like I enjoyed that time when we were getting to know each other, even though I can't like I can't be with him physically or personally. I don't know. I just enjoyed. But yes, honestly, when he visited me for the first time, I was so happy. But then when time comes that he has to fly back to the U.S., I was very what you call that, say, okay, like there was a separation anxiety.
Yes, the punks.
I miss him. I missed him so much. And but then I just like this the self-talk as you mentioned was that I just told myself that's temporary.
Okay.
So I just told myself that, Arlene, yes, your feelings are valid, but you gotta understand that this is temporary. And when the time comes, when the right time comes, which is just a matter of months, then you will be with each other's arms. And yeah, at this point in your life where you're not yet together, enjoy, just enjoy this moment with your family. And that's what he really told me to do. Like while I was still in the Philippines and while we're still waiting for my visa, he told me, yeah, spend as much time as you can with your family because once you fly here in the US, we don't know really when I can, visit my family. It'll take years, right? And because you would never know what would happen to the world. Like for example, for the pandemic, like
Yeah. Yeah.
supposedly I get a, yeah, thanks. So there's a lot of uncontrollable variables in our life. So so just like what they said, can live in the present, although I miss him, but I kind of like distracted myself into like enjoying my time with my friends, enjoying my time with my family. But yes, even if like how much time you spent with your family, like trying to prepare yourself of your emancipation with from them, you would still feel homesick when you're away from your family. But yeah, you will, you'll just do the same kind of like self talk, like
Okay.
when you get to that point, as the same time when you had your self talk while you were in LDR, that you were
Yeah.
telling yourself like, hey, this is just temporary. And the beauty is that if you have a goal, then that would also keep you going. And with the case, with me and my husband's case, we know what we want, we know what we're heading. So that kind of solve as well, because we know what we're doing. Like you know, when you have a goal and you know what it takes or what you need to do it, then you just have to do, you just have to pay the price. So yeah, in that case, I just have to pay the price, I just have to wait because the visa is still cooking and when it's done, then it's ready, then I get to be with him.
I see.
And it's another whole world of challenges when you're together, like as a couple living here in America, and it will be a very interesting topic as well
Yeah.
if you're interested in like living in a different country, you know, adjusting sort things like that. If you're interested of that kind of topic, we can also arrange that another conversation.
True. That's a whole new topic to talk about. And it's probably be one of our next talks ours. So as what you've said, you have a self-talk, like you say, this is temporary. So if you would agree with me that if you're in a long distance, there's a need for you to set the deadline of when's the next time you're gonna meet and what's the future plan, because you cannot be in a hanging situation, right? Like long distance and you don't know even when are you going to meet in person or when are you going to do the next step, because I think that's what makes long distance hard when you're uncertain. Do you agree with that, Ars?
Exactly.
I see.
I totally agree. I totally agree because I'm the kind of person that if I don't see the end product or like
Okay.
the finish line or like where are we going, I kind of like lose my interest, or I just don't like it. Like it could be with my work, it could be with my others, like in a relationship, things like that. It's important for me to see where am I heading, and if and to determine if like I like where I'm going to or not. Like I need, because I can't just like do and do
Yeah.
and oh, this is where I ended up. No, that's
Go with
not
the
the kind of
flow.
person I am. Yeah, that's go with the flow. I'm the kind of person that want to be intentional, like, and I know where I'm going and know what I'm getting like after something. So it's important to me. So that's what I really established with my husband as well. Like even when before when we were still dating, we already talked about like what's going to be our game plan, things like that. like like what are his expectations when I moved to the US. And yeah, so everything was clear. And also in the talk about like the support to my family, which is really important, we also tackle that one. So I also established his like expectations on that aspect. So yeah, it is really important for couples in whatever kind of relationship, may it be LDR or in person, that you guys know where you're heading. Because relationship is not just like, oh, those fancy giggly giggly little things, you know, because it'll wear out over
Yeah.
time. And then you'll be like, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
it might be
So
not a waste of time if you don't know where you're headed. So like timeline, when did you communicate that? When did you talk about when during your before you meet, or when did you communicate about that along the way? It was talked.
Um, Actually, when my husband expressed to me that he likes me and he kind of entertaining the fact to pursue me,
Okay.
then that's what I really liked about him as well, because when he did that, he also emptied the skeletons in the closet. Like anything that he feels that I should know right off the bat, he just told me everything. And that this in the same way, May too, I told him everything about me, like my expectations, yeah, my preferences, whatever. And then we talk it out, and we just kind of yeah, we agreed and we made it work. Respecting each other's preferences,
I see.
and of course, yeah, respecting each other's past and hurts, and yeah, as early as you can. Sometimes people would like, oh, I'm not gonna bring it up because like, what if he will, change his mind about me, things like that.
Yeah,
But you know what, the early you can share your preferences, the better.
I see. So it takes courage for no to be in a long distance relationship to ask, because sometimes we girls, women cannot, ask that question because we're afraid that, he might not be interested. But for a guy who's interested in you, he would probably be the first one to tell you his plans. Is that right? Yeah.
Right, and he would appreciate as well if the girl or the woman would be forthcoming as well of what she wants, because I know there are some women that's like even like for simple things, like what do you understand, it's up to you, like,
Yeah.
no, if I am a man, if I am a quality man, I would not be attracted in that kind of woman. Well, of course, like my husband said, men are very visual, and what's important to men most of the time would be youth and beauty. But if a man is looking for really quality woman, then he has to, yeah, he has to be looking beyond the beauty, beyond the youth,
Yeah.
and for women, that is something as well, that yes, it is important to, make ourselves presentable, but at the same time build that substance, be a woman of substance.
Yeah, and it makes me remember about our previous talk about high quality woman. So, high quality woman has goals and has plans in their lives, right? So they also communicate to their partners what they want. They just don't go with the flow. Though they can compromise, they can meet at a balance, but they know what they want. So, thank you. So need in long distance, we need communication. We need the plans of when are you going to meet again, and where are you heading. And then another ours is like, have you researched, or maybe it's another topic, but about attachment styles, like how do you becomes anxious to I don't know, but it's another topic, but I've read about anxious attachment, secure attachment, and avoidant. Have you encountered about that, ours?
Can you please elaborate on that, Ken? So
Okay.
I
Okay. In every relationship, they said that there are a certain type of attachment that we have in our lives based on our past. So, secure are those people that they are secured in the relationship. They know that that I can trust this person, and I am reliable. I can be trusted. Anxious persons are those who are always chasing, like they really think of like, oh, where is that, why is he not texting me yet, like that. There's anxiety, and avoidant are like they shuts down in the relationship if they have conflicts. They just okay, it's okay, they don't mind anything. So I think it's another topic that we have, but it's also important to know, right, your attachment style, especially if you're in long distance.
Yeah, I would say it'll boil down to maturity.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. For me, it boils down to maturity because and being secure with yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
True.
and then communicating that to your partner, like what makes you feel like communicating to the partner what are the things that would make you feel like question your confidence or insecure, so that at least you already told him that your tendencies, right? And if he truly cares how you would feel on certain things, he would not attempt, like even attempt to do it if that would cause you like to have negative feelings, right? So yeah, it would I said maturity because maturity comes in the confidence of being able to express what you really feel and what you really think. So yeah, tell it to your partner upfront. This is my advice. Tell to your partner upfront, like how you feel in certain things. Like if you like right away, like communication really, like make it clear to your partner. And then observe. Because if he truly listens to you, he will not do things that would contradict to what you have told him. And if he does did those you know uh, things that would make you feel uncomfortable, then reiterate to him, give him another chance. But if he would continue repeating that vicious cycle, then I would say that guy do not care.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yes, because I know, like if you're if you are in an interracial relationship, there will be a lot of aspects that you are in contradiction with. Like, you're clash. You will clash in a lot of things, but the important is you communicate, and then the partner listens and reason with you, and then you deliberate what really like how you like how he feels that way. I mean, how he thinks would impact you, and how you as a person think that how it really impacts you, things like that. I'm rambling now, but what I'm trying to say here is that you communicate upfront, listen to his reasoning why he thinks it's okay, and then at the same time, and then you two as a couple, you will hash it out. Yeah, because it could be as simple as say for example, hey, I don't want you looking at the other girls, for example, because but because there are some women like that, like it makes me insecure because I would like tend to examine myself, am I not pretty enough? And then of course you gotta listen to his side, like hey, because there are some that's like, hey, don't you I mean, it's normal, I'm a man, I can always be, but just listen to his reasoning, and maturity in the sense that you will listen to his side as well, because it's good that you know how you feel, but at the same time, it's also wiser if you listen to other people's perspective, so that you can enhance your views as a person.
I see. Okay. So that's nice. So it all boils down to maturity, like maturity that you're not insecure, you know yourself, and that you are worthy of that relationship. And of course, communication. You really have to communicate, and you let your partner know how you feel, and what are your expectations. So that's really important. So thank you so much, Ars. I'm actually jotting some notes from you right now. So next is that, of course, we know long distance we have struggles, but I think we also have to talk about some of the benefits that you had when you were in a long distance relationship. What were, or maybe top three benefits that you had during that long distance
Um,
time?
Let me think. What are the benefits of LDR? Mm, Let me see. What are the benefits? Because, like I said, there were when I started the relationship, I didn't have like pros and cons,
Ah,
and like I said, yeah. So
how
because
about
I just decided that
time?
that's kind of
Time.
a,
Oh,
huh?
sorry. How about having some time? We all know that when you're in a relationship, you have your alone time or time for yourself, they said. So is it beneficial if you're long distance? Was that
Like I said, in our
no?
case, in our case, we were together like almost 24/7.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah, we were, because I was probably in my at that point in my life, I was already in the commitment mode that
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like I treated myself in a way that it felt like I was already married. Yeah, like in my mindset was like he is my husband. And
Wow.
yeah, something like that. So I didn't have the notions like, oh, you're just my boyfriend, so don't demand me to be like 24/7 with you, or don't demand me and things like no. Like my mindset back then, even if we were not officially married in the eyes of the law, for us, yeah, our commitment was like as to husband and as wife. Yeah.
Wow, that's a new perspective. Yeah, that's good. Ours, even if in your long distance, because that time, as what you said, you're in a commitment mode already, and that's really important. And time together is it makes you more happier, more happy. Redundant for more. It would make you more
Yeah.
happy, right? When you have your time together than being apart. Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I have been single for a long time, and that was the thing that I prayed for, I'll find someone that I can share my life with. And when that person comes in, I would want to spend as much time as I can with them. So I did not regret spending most of my time with them. In fact, I loved it.
Wow.
I didn't feel like I'm being, you know,
Like,
some people like, oh, I'm being choked because
yeah.
you're so clingy. Then no.
Wow. That's
I
a
don't know, with my
very
husband,
nice
maybe,
some.
yeah, maybe he felt that I was like so clingy. But to me, yeah, so like I said, what's the benefit of LDR? I don't really know, because I didn't think it as a like LDR versus like in person. I just think it as a relationship, and we gotta make it work.
Yeah. Whether you're in long distance or near, it's already a relationship, and that's respectable for that. You don't have to. Wow, that's a very nice idea. And for us who's also in a long distance relationship still right now, not yet in the marriage and coming together stage. So yeah, treat the relationship as a relationship, not just there's a separation of that. So thank you
Yeah,
again, ours.
maybe we're just a weird couple, but you know what? When we were still in LDR, we were acting and behaving like husband and wives. Like my husband was already telling me how much is his income, how much debts does he have, and like what are our plans to tackle, or how are we going to tackle those debts. And yeah, our game plan when I finally fly to the US, things like that. And like while I'm still there, what's going to be, yeah, our setup. So yeah, we were not in a relationship thinking that we're just boyfriend and girlfriend. We were in a relationship where in our mind we are husband and wife. We're just waiting for the papers to make it like official in the eyes of the law.
Wow, that's really so. You're not thinking about in the meantime, but it's a long term, like lifetime commitment already. And it's such a
Yes.
it's such a big topic to talk about finances when everyone's it's a gray area to talk about, even if you're not long distance. It's a challenge. So I really respect it. Maybe it's we can talk about on another question and answer, or how did you for all the people,
Yeah, because
viewers. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Next time, or you can share a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because when we met online, Ken, we already established what we really like, what we want. Like I was not there for playing around or goofing around or
Yeah.
whatever, hooking up. I was there looking for a husband, and he told me he was also looking for a wife. So when we've decided that we're gonna, yeah, have a relationship, we treat it like yeah, a marriage,
Marriage.
not
Yeah.
uh yeah, not a puppy love or in like a relationship where we're like, hey, can we go out and eat something or hey, things like that. You know those kind of puppy love. Maybe we were at the right age at that time to be because like I said, I was already 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 28 when I met him, and he was already I think almost 40. So yeah, we were not
Right.
looking for we were already ripe to be married. Like my mindset is was marriage. So yeah, we treat our relationship as husband and wife.
So ours,
Not
yeah, I just like to ask, like us Filipinas, we had those fantasy, like they will propose that, oh, will you be my wife? Will you marry me? So how did you like, as what you've said, you treat already as a marriage. So how did you like communicate, or because some would not go with that topic because they don't want to
mhm.
provoke their partner, or they don't want to to mess the surprise. But I think it's a need to communicate that in a long distance. So how did you go with that?
Here's the thing though, because if a man's intention is really marriage, then and like he has a goal that where he would like to take your relationship, so he will communicate, like he will initiate,
Mhm.
the conversation. Like that's what happened to me with my husband. There was no like kneeling down like, hey, will you marry me, things like that. No, we didn't have those kind of cheesy stuff. But my husband was clear enough that I wanted a wife, blah 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 blah, and then also laid my terms as well. But if, for example, you are in a relationship wherein your um your partner, the man, is not was not clear and vocal about like his intentions or his plans about your future, then I don't think it would hurt if you will bring up the topic yourself. Like, hey, um you will express to him that, hey, I'm a really a person that likes to operate on goals, so I really know like my timeline. So can you please can we have a talk, like a serious talk in this topic, like
Yeah.
what do really wanna achieve in this relationship? Where do we want to see ourselves in like 2 years or in 3 years? At least I would know, because that's the kind of person I am. Because if I don't see those kind of things, I would lose my interest and it will drive me crazy. Or yeah, just be honest. If you're the kind of person that you are bothered if you are not seeing where you're going, then yeah, you just have to do
Yeah.
it. You just to initiate it. Yeah,
Yeah. So so it's really about, it's not about being needy or being needy, or that you are asking for it, but it's about setting your indirectly setting your timeline. And if he cannot commit to that, then he's not the right person, right partner for you. I think that's what.
exactly.
Yeah. So you know your
Exactly.
timeline. Yeah. And then
Yes. So yeah, so in this case as well, kid, it would be a matter as well of being brave enough to ask.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brave enough, because it's already, it's not just brave in the fact that you're gonna ask, it's brave enough to observe what he's gonna tell you. Because but at least you ask, and you should ask it before you get married.
Yeah.
Before yeah, or if you have reservations, if you are the same kind of person, establish it. Know the answers before you get married. Don't be in getting married and there's like, oh, he's not this kind of person, but it was your fault because you did not do anything to reveal himself to you. If he was not revealing himself truly to you, then you should have done. So it was your fault. You were at fault if you're in a relationship you thought that you wanted,
I
but
see.
turned out to be not something that you wanted. So I know it would hurt, but marriage is a commitment.
True.
And once you're in it, yeah, you're in it.
You're in it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in it. You're gonna make it work because you you made the
A vow
your
to,
contract is with God. Your contract
yes,
is with God. Yeah.
yes,
So if you don't want to make your life miserable, you gotta make sure, establish that you are marrying the right person. And for you to know that he is the right person, you gotta ask the questions before getting married. Yeah, extract the answers from him. Extract and yeah, get to know who really is, and if he would match you, he would match your goals, aspirations, your preferences. And then if in some point that you clash on certain things, talk it out. If you can make meet in the middle, things like that. And if not, then by all means stop and do not proceed because to marriage, because you will just be hurting each other.
agree.
Yeah.
So you're also asking for your alignment. There's an alignment of your values, your goals, your
Yes.
plans. Yeah.
Yes, Ken. It's really important because like I said, once you're married, no, you
You have
will
to,
you will already commit a sin if you're gonna break the marriage.
yeah,
So even if you're hurting, for example, you ended up in a wrong guy and you're hurting, you just have to gotta suck it up because that was your payment of your bad choices. It was your
agree.
choice to be in that situation. And the and according to the Bible, you can only break the marriage if the person was unfaithful to you.
I see. So you have to,
Yeah.
yeah, that's very sick. No, marriage is really a commitment that you have to make it work. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's a really big decision. Um yeah, on choosing your partner.
Agree.
Because
So
it's not something like a hot food that when you put in your mouth you can easily or like spit it out. It's not like it's not like that.
agree.
Oh, my baby is awake.
Yay!
Oh, did you hear mommy talking? My baby is awake. Everybody, I'm awake.
Hi.
Look at her.
Hi,
Say
sweet.
hi, Tita Ken. So,
Done. Oh, hi. There's the little girl. It's very pretty.
say hi, Tita
Beautiful.
Ken.
Hi. Okay, so I think you've really answered a lot of my questions. Ours now, I think we're gonna wrap up. So the we were gonna wrap up our question and answer talk tonight. So maybe what are your advice? So to all your subscribers, viewers who are into online dating and who's also in a long distance relationship right now. So maybe some advice that we can take until we say no long distance anymore and get married.
Um, yeah, spend as much time together, even if it's just virtually. Spend as much time as you can. That is really the key. And use that time to really get to know the person. Don't just like, hey, I love you, like those cheesy stuff. No, you gotta use that time to talk about big things, important things in a relationship.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, really get to know the person. Marriage is a big commitment, and yeah, get to know
Yeah.
the person.
Get to know. Key.
Communication is the key, and honesty to yourself. Like, what do you really want? And
Yeah.
then assess yourself. If whatever answers you will get, assess if that's something you can stomach or can compromise. Yeah.
Yeah.
And seek guidance
From God. Oh yeah,
Always
that's right.
pray. Yeah,
Right.
always pray. Always seek for his guidance and wisdom.
Okay. So thank you so much, R. So I believe what you said is first is that you use the time to get to know each other, and also use the time to know if that's really for you. Like it's there's an alignment, you are matched to each other during the long distance phase, and then seek guidance always to God, because he knows
Yeah.
best for us and for the relationship that we have. So again, thank you so much, Ars, and to little girl out there, for the talk tonight. And I'm really jotting a lot of things now and learning a lot from you based on your experience and your wisdom. So I'm really grateful to have this talk and have the chance to ask you in your vlog. Thank you again. This
Thank
is
you
me
as well,
again.
Ken. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye. Bye, Tita Ken. Bye, everyone. Thank
Until
you so much
our
for joining
next
us today.
until our next topic.
Yes.
See
Yeah,
you.
until our next conversation. Bye-bye.